In today's video, I'm going to be doing the camera review on the brand new Moto G Stylus 2025 edition. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. We have the brand new Moto G Stylus 2025 edition right here, and in this video we're going to be showing you some photo and video samples that I've taken on this phone in the last few days. And overall, I think this has a very decent camera, very solid for that $399 price point. If you guys want something that's gonna blow this out of the water, obviously always go the Pixel route. But if you guys are some Motorola fans and you kind of have your heart set on this Motorola device, I believe you guys are going to have a very good time with this camera. And the average consumer is really going to enjoy this. Now, starting off the specs of these cameras for the rear-facing cameras right here, I know it looks like we have 3 cameras, but we actually only have 2. The main camera is going to be a 50 megapixel wide angle camera, and the secondary is going to be a 13 megapixel ultra wide camera. Of course, we have our LED flash. We have HDR in here as well, and panorama, and we can shoot up to 4K at 60 frames per second. Going to the front facing camera right here, as you guys can see, we have that little hole punch. That camera is going to be a 32 megapixel camera, again wide angle, HDR, and the top recording we can do right there is 4K at 30 frames per second. Now if we go into the camera application right here, as you guys can see, we have video, we have slow motion, a little bit more gimmicky, we have portrait mode, we have pro mode, and of course we have more right here. We can also do things like scan, night vision, panorama, ultra resolution using that main 50 megapixel lens. But those are the features that we have inside of this phone. Now I'm going to be showing you some daylight photos, and I'm going to be showing you some nighttime photos as well. So did not forget to do that. We're going to do some low light videos and photos on here. So we're going to go and show those right now, and then I'll give you my thoughts after this. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about this camera. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know. Alright guys, so this is 4K 30 frames per second. This is how this is looking. And the colors are actually looking pretty good on this phone so far. I don't think there's anything too bad, especially for that $400 price tag. But let me know what you guys think. The sun is very bright right now. It's about 5:30, so the sun's gonna be going down soon. So this is how we're looking in broad daylight. Alright guys, so this is the front facing camera, full HD, 30 frames per second right here. This is how we are looking. Let me know what you guys think compared to 4K 30 frames per second. So stability looks pretty good so far. I'm hoping that the mic on here sounds pretty good as well. But stability and everything look pretty decent so far. Definitely look better than the Moto G Stylus 2024 edition. Let me know what you guys think though. Now we have full HD 60 frames per second. Okay, we're getting a little tiny glitch right there for some reason. This is full HD 60 though. Now we got 4K 30 frames per second. Get some good detail in here. It seems like it's focusing on subjects correctly as well, so that's good to see. And of course, 4K 60 frames per second is what we are looking at right now. Ooh, it's bright over there. In the viewfinder, it looks like it's glitching a little bit for whatever reason. I'm not sure if you guys are going to see this in post-edit, but it looks like it's tripping out a little bit, so hopefully that doesn't happen. Got some wind coming in. Alright guys, so this is the front-facing camera, full HD 30 frames per second. This is how we're looking in low light. It's not the greatest in the world, but this is how the Moto G Stylus 2025 is looking so far. Let me know what you guys think. Alright guys, so we have full HD 30 frames per second. Rear facing camera, this is how it's looking. Alright everyone, so starting off with the daylight photos and videos. Overall, I think this camera did a really good job with the photos. Yes, this is going to be computational photography, so this is going to be processing the photo that you take or that you see in the viewfinder, but it is processing at its best. It looks really good, and the great thing about this is it still holds the great colors, contrast, and brightness on this camera without blowing it out of proportion like many other budget and mid-range phones do. So I really do enjoy this camera. I think the average consumer is really gonna enjoy this. We have some good colors, great clarity. With the front-facing camera as well, using that portrait mode, it does cut out my head and hair and everything when I'm taking a selfie out of the background very well. So it does a very good job at that. So if you guys do like to use portrait mode a lot, this is gonna have a decent portrait mode. But overall, photos are great. Going on to the videos of this device, the stabilization is usually what doesn't really do too well at this price point, but I was pleasantly surprised that this actually did really, really well. As you guys know, in the video, I did state that at 60 frames per second, like 1080 60 and 4K 60, that this phone was kind of glitching a bit, and I did see it in the viewfinder. It was a little bit more dramatized in the viewfinder than it was in post edit. So when I ended up uploading this video to my computer and looking at it, it didn't look too bad, but there was a couple weird glitches on 1080 60 and 4K 60 for whatever reason. But overall, the video looked really good on here. It was very clear. You could almost like see the pores in my skin. and it was clear to the point to where it wasn't grainy, because you get a lot of phones out there that do 60 frames per second well, and you can see the pores in your face and detail and stuff like that, but it looks grainy. This didn't look grainy. It didn't look grainy. It didn't look like smooth like a beauty mode or anything like that. It just looked like a solid video during daytime. So overall, the photos and videos look great on this in our daytime photography and videography. So overall, I think this is a very decent camera for the price tag. Again, if you want something around this price tag that may be better, of course we have the Pixel 8a and the 9a just came out. Of course, those phones are going to be some of the best point and shoot cameras out there. So that's definitely something I'd recommend if you guys are really into the camera, and that's something that you absolutely need to have the best of the best for a mid-range phone on. Getting into the nighttime photography on this device, I was kind of scared about this because I did end up taking some samples earlier this week and they didn't look the best. But as far as our photography goes, if you do have any sort of light source around you, like maybe the store, maybe you're at a nightclub, a bar, a restaurant, maybe you're just, at an event somewhere, like there's a taco truck or something like that. If you have any sort of light source around you, the rear-facing camera and the front-facing camera are going to do you okay. However, if you guys are taking photos and videos where there really isn't too many light sources, it is going to be dark. As you guys saw in the video that I took, that selfie video right there, it really didn't look great. It was very dark. It wasn't super crazy grainy or anything like that, but it definitely was dark, and it didn't brighten up stuff all that well like some other flagship devices would. So overall, I think the front-facing camera wasn't that great. The rear-facing camera, however, if you're like on the street, you're taking photos, you're taking videos out at night, and there are light sources like cars and stuff like that, you guys are not going to have an issue with this. You're going to get some clear photos. They're going to look great. They're going to have some good contrast, good colors, good clarity. And I think you guys overall are going to like that. And as far as some of the other photos I took on this, we do have night vision. That photo that I took of the store, that was used with night vision. The photo I took of the flowers, of course, night vision. The great thing about that night vision right there is it still lets the subject hold those nice colors inside of there. So the flowers didn't look super washed out or anything like that, even though it was very, very dark, 9 p.m. type of dark. So overall, I think the low light camera was pretty decent. Obviously, just in those certain situations where you don't have very many light sources, it's not going to be the greatest in the world. But do I like this camera? I would say for the $399 price tag, this is a very solid camera. And for the average consumer out there that likes Motorola devices, and it needs to be a Motorola device, it needs to have those Moto actions, and it needs to have those other features and that stock Android type of look, then I don't think you can go wrong with this device. However, I would say wait to pick up this device if you don't need an upgrade just yet, because these devices always go on sale. History repeats itself every year with Motorola devices, and it's a shame because this device offers a lot inside of it. So really do like this device. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. This has been Safan from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.